Do you have 5 minutes? Do you just simply have 5 minutes? Maybe even a little bit less. There's a challenge going on right now with this COVID virus, and there's a tension that's happening in the world. There are people that are protesting that want to get back and go outside and go shop and do whatever they want, regardless of what the health consequences may be. There are still others that seem to be very comfortable being stopped up and shut up in their homes and would like to do so for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months or more. There are those that want to jumpstart the economy and those that say, well, the economy takes second fiddle to the lives of people. What do we do? And how do we live in this tension? And what is the right time to make some change? I think the Bible talks just a little bit about that. There is a very famous passage from the Bible that was quoted by none other than the birds. Ecclesiastes 3. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, time to keep and a time to throw away, time to tear and a time to mend, time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us there is a time for everything. There's a time to be born and a time to die, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. We know a lot about that right now, don't we? But the fact is, there is a time for everything in God's kingdom. When we follow God's timing, things have a way of going well. When we rush God's timing, things can go very bad. When we are too slow to follow God's timing and to listen to God's will, it can be equally disastrous. Right now, there's a tension going on in our world where people are scared of a virus, particularly the elderly or those that have pre-existing conditions. Their lives are in danger if they get this. Let there be no doubt about it. On the other side of the fence, we have a 20% or more unemployment rate. We have an economy that is tanking. We have a situation that very well could result in another Great Depression if we do not take action now. There is a tension that needs to be maintained. For those that are in a rush to open everything, I would refer you to the Apostle Paul, who said, while everything may be legal, they are not necessarily beneficial. In essence, while we may be able to do it, it does not necessarily make it wise. On the other side of the fence, there are some people who really truly need to stay at home. Even if they open up the restaurants, even if you can go get your hair cut, which I seem to need right now, even if they need to get out of the house, they may need to just stay home because they are at risk. My friends, we need to slow down. We need to honor those who are at risk. And if you're one of the ones at risk, stay home. If you're one of the ones that are sick, for gosh sakes, stay home. If you're one of the ones who's on the other side of the virus, maybe you've had it and you're healing, wonderful for you. And maybe we can start to reopen the economy and get moving quickly, and I'm all for it. However, we must honor all of the folks that are the children of God, those who are at risk as well as those who are healthy. And we need to think about the long term of this. There is a time for everything. May you and I work in God's time and function in a way that truly honors what God would have us to do. Take care. God bless you. And please stay healthy.